Breaking news for you right this moment. Robert Jenrick has told GB News he wants to unite the right by defecting to Reform UK. And our political editor, Christopher Hope, interviewed him earlier on today. And here it is.
Robert Jenrick, thank you for joining us on GB News today.
Good to be here.
How does it feel waking up this morning as a Reform UK MP?
Well, it was a hell of a day yesterday. It was a big day, but I'm very excited. The sun is shining and I'm part of what I think is the most important movement to change our country in a very long time. People know, particularly your viewers on GB News, that Britain is broken. It needs radical change. That is not going to be from the Labour Party. It's not going to be from the Tory Party. The only way to fix our country is to rally behind Nigel and Reform. And I am absolutely delighted to be playing a part.
It was striking hearing you say he can be Prime Minister, because he doesn't say much about himself, but to hear you say it was a moment for him probably as well.
Well, it's a simple choice for the whole country. The next general election is going to be a very important one, and the public will be presented with Starmer or whichever left-wing non-entity has replaced him by that stage, or Nigel. It's not going to be Kemi Badenoch. It wouldn't have been Robert Jenrick if I was leader of the Tory party. It's a simple choice. It's Nigel or bust.
And
that is why we've got to get behind Reform.
And that recognition for you is why you decided to leave the party, not that Kemi Badenoch's doing so well in the polls and now is a stronger position than before the party conference.
No. Look, it's a very difficult...
Because she's very strong now, isn't she, in the polls? Personally?
Well, the Tory party is a 1% or 2% up from where it was 6 months ago, so I wouldn't overstate that, Chris. But the question for me was, do you continue to put personal loyalty?
Keir Starmer is officially on high alert after Robert Jenrick's seismic shift to Reform UK triggered a total collapse of the political status quo. This isn't merely a high-profile defection. It is a frontal assault on a failing establishment that has left both the Tories and Labour completely exposed. During a brutal, high-stakes interview on GB News, Jenrick didn't just walk away. He ignited a tactical firestorm, dismantling the government's credibility and exposing the deep-seated paralysis within Downing Street. His scathing critique of Labour's incompetence signals a massive shift in the UK's power dynamics, proving that the old guard is no longer safe. If you want to stay ahead of this Westminster power struggle, hit that subscribe button now. Most of you are watching from the sidelines, but joining the community ensures you never miss a moment of the drama. The political landscape has just been permanently altered, and we are tracking every explosive development.
It's very deep. I've been in this party, or was in it, since I was 16 years of age. But do you continue to put that above the national interest? And I came to the conclusion over a period of time that you've got to put the country first. And if you want to get rid of Labour, if you want to fix the country, fix the challenges that everyone's facing right now, people feel poor, don't they? Because their incomes are going nowhere, the bills are rising, out of control immigration, the small boats are still coming, town centres look so down at the moment, crime on the streets, particularly here in London. If you want to fix these challenges, you've got to get a reforming government in after the next election. That's not going to be the Tory party. The Tory party is finished, over, kaput. We've got to have a government that's going to change this country for the better. And the only way that can be delivered is if we have Nigel and Reform. So every patriotic person in this country, all of your brilliant viewers on GB News, even if they have voted for the Tory party, as I have obviously, election after election, have got to put that to one side and say, this is the choice. We've got to get this party into government. And for people like myself, we've got to make it the best version of itself. So it doesn't just win an election like the Tories did in 2019 and then let everyone down with all these false promises and disastrous policies like the immigration surge that we saw. But it actually,
when you were Minister of that department.
Well, I turned it around and then resigned when Rishi Sunak wouldn't do what I told him to do.
Yeah.
The same people, Chris, who made all those mistakes are still at the helm. The arsonists are still there. Are you really going to give them the keys and say, well, come back in? You know, you'll clear up the mess that you made last time. They haven't apologised. They're not.
The political establishment is in a state of absolute shock as Robert Jenrick bypasses standard diplomacy to orchestrate a systematic demolition of the UK's two-party stranglehold. Sitting down with GB News, the former Conservative heavyweight didn't just defect. He launched a scorched earth offensive, framing Keir Starmer not as a leader, but as the unremarkable white noise of a dying system. Jenrick's dismissal was surgical, categorizing Labour as a mere extension of the same broken status quo that has fueled national stagnation and the immigration crisis. By branding Starmer as goodness knows who else, Jenrick effectively stripped away the Prime Minister's legitimacy, arguing that both major parties are paralyzed by a failed establishment mindset that prioritizes excuses over solutions. This wasn't a career move, it was a patriotic indictment, positioning Reform UK and Nigel Farage as the sole credible force capable of halting Britain's decline. As social media erupts and the old guard panics, the message is undeniable. Labour is not the cure, but a primary symptom of the disease, leaving Downing Street to face the harrowing reality that they are now viewed as entirely indistinguishable from the failure they claim to replace.
Tried to. After the last general election, the day afterwards, I wrote an article saying the Tory party failed the country on immigration, on public services, on the economy. If we are painfully honest and sincere about that, and then change, we might just be given a second hearing from the country. That hasn't happened. The same people are still there. It's Priti Patel as shadow foreign secretary who created the points-based system that let all the migrants in. It's Mel Strider, shadow chancellor, who didn't bear down on the welfare bill when he was work and pensions secretary. I can go on and on and on. I've tried to be honest, more honest than anyone else about the Tory party's failures. And I've concluded the Tory party, it can't face up to its past, let alone set out the future. Kemi Badenoch, she can't handle the truth. She can't handle the truth. I am being honest with the British public about what the Tory party did and the fact that it will never be able to change.
Have you had some feedback from those? And you named Priti Patel, Mel Strider and others. Any feedback from MPs? Any choice messages?
I've had lots of messages from...
What are you doing?
There are good people in the Tory party. Don't get me wrong. I have very good friends and I wish them well. I have nothing but friendship and respect for those colleagues. But they're a minority, the ones who really get it, who understand the scale.
How many of them might come across and follow you here?
I don't know, but
a dozen maybe.
I have no idea. I haven't asked, and that's ultimately a
Have any said they want to come across?
People from councillors and members of the Senate, and people have mooted it, but that's not. I'm not here to.
You could be a Pied Piper. You could lead a whole line of Tories across.
Well, what I want to do is unite the right. This is uniting the right. It's not a pact or a deal. I know that you and I have debated that many, many times over the course of the last year. And, there were times where I thought maybe that's possible. But it isn't realistic. At the end of the day, the trust with the Tory party is gone. And so many people are so angry and frustrated and disillusioned with the Tory party, they're never going to vote. And in fact, if Reform were to say, we're going to go into some kind of arrangement with the Tory party, rightly, those people would say, you're not my party anymore. So the way to get rid of Labour and to fix the country is for the right to unite around Nigel and Reform. That is ultimately why I made this decision. Everyone should be doing that now, whether it's in the local elections in May, where it would frankly be a wasted vote to vote Conservative, or ultimately at the general election.
We've had some polling done from Merlin Strategy. They say 20% of adults say this defection makes them more likely to vote Reform. Tory voters, 22% say more likely to vote Reform. So there is some encouragement here in polling for what you.
Well, that's very good to hear, and I think I am one of the very few Conservatives who've been consistently making the argument in recent years. I wish I'd been making it since the first day I was in Parliament, but for many years I've been saying bear down on legal migration, stop the boats, do everything we need to, end net zero zealotry, raise people's living standards by getting growth going again in the economy. And I'm pleased to be in a very like-minded party now.
One of the big issues that viewers ask is why were you late yesterday? Was it all about you?
I think there was some misunderstanding about when I was.
Second thoughts?
No, absolutely not.
dramatic entrance. I don't know.
Well, it added to a bit. I mean, the day did not